Okay, let's try to draw this three-step stair as a solid object in AutoCAD. So we can draw the 3D step stair in several ways. So I'm just gonna draw it somewhere here. What I can do is I can draw the side of the steps using simply a line, and then I can start anywhere. When I'm drawing a line, it is important that your O snap is on. Okay, uh, especially if you're going to draw horizontal and vertical lines. So when you want a line to go up, make sure that you see a Z on it. Okay, when you want a line to go on the X direction, make sure that you have it at angle 0. This is angle 90. But if you want it to go up, make sure it says Z on it. Okay, so all we're going to do is go up first and then type in 1, enter, and then go to the right, which is angle 0, and then type 1, enter. Another going up on the z-axis, type 1, enter. And then to the right, 1, enter. One more up, 1, enter. And then to the right again, 1, enter. Now you want to go down, so make sure that it says Z, and then you are going down on the direction downwards, and then type in 3, enter, and then go to the very start endpoint. Okay, so you can do a test this way and press enter to stop. And then you can also do an extrude and then select the object. But if you select an object, it will only select one line. You can select multiple objects and then press enter. And then all you're going to do is drag it to the right and drag it upward, not upwards, but on the y direction, and type in the length 3, enter, or the width, enter. Now you can see that this is a 3D object, but this 3D object is actually um, empty inside. So what it did was it created a 3D object, and it only created a 3D surface model on it. And that happens when you have individual lines. Okay, so if we try to do another one, but this time we will use the P-line command. P-line command means you're going to create a polyline. If you've forgotten, we've used that before. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to select something, select any point, and then go up on the Z. So make sure it goes up on the Z. And then you can see it's very hard to go up on the Z. Okay, so the 3D polyline, the P-line command can only make lines on the current surface or on the XY axis. There is another command, so you can't do a stair there going up. So you can only do upward. I mean, y-axis 1, enter, x-axis 1, enter, y-axis 1, enter, x-axis 1, enter, y-axis 1, enter. um, 1, enter, go down on the negative y, and then put in 3, enter, and then back to the start, enter. You can have that, and then you can extrude, and then when you extrude, it will extrude as a solid object. Okay, but if you want it to be on its side, then you have to create a polyline on its side, and you can't do that with a simple p-line command. There is a command called 3D polyline, 3D poly, and then this will enable you to draw lines on the Z. So 1, enter, on the X, which is 0, 1, enter, and then 1, enter, to the right, 1, enter, upwards, 1, enter. Make sure that your O snap is on, and then 1, enter, go down, 1, enter, and then go back to the start. I'm going to undo and then go 3, enter, and then go back to the start. Press enter to stop, and then type in extrude again, and then select the 3D polyline, enter, and then you can now extrude 3. And this one's different from this one because this one is actually an empty one, while this one here is a solid one. So there are two kinds of 3D. One is called surface, and the other one is called solid. Okay, so try to practice that.